Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome to Arena Lacrosse League action from the Children's Arena in Oshawa. We have the 1 and 2 Oshawa Outlaws in the blue with the white and red trim, taking on the 0 and 3 Six Nations Snipers wearing their white with the orange and black trim. Face-offs will be Six Nations Mike Atwood. He is a beauty of a face-off guy. He's going to be up against, looks like Patrick McCrory will be going up against him. Atwood brings it out to himself, 2A step, so that is funny because we were actually talking about that before the game, how Atwood wins draws to himself like crazy, but then he's used to the old rule where you could run with the ball in the back of your stick. Now you can only take one step, and that will turn the ball over to John St. John, the league's reigning scoring champion and leading scorer. His shot goes wide. St. John with 5 goals, 16 assists to lead the Outlaws with 21 points. Six Nations leading scorer is Brent Longboat with 5 goals and 3 assists. There's a hard rip from the outside by Longboat. Now he's going to try and forecheck as Oshawa came up with a loose ball. All kinds of pressure. The 8 side, and a holding call. It was going very well until Thomas Roberich got tangled up around the neck. Six Nations at 0 and 3, they've only scored 22 goals. They've given up 38, which, 13 a game is a lot, but it's not. I mean, you can win some games, but not when you're scoring 7 goals a game. 12 of them came last week. They scored only 8 combined. 10 combined in their first 2 games. There's St. John. He taps it home, takes the pass from behind the net from McNulty, and finds a spot past starting goaltender Jake Lazor. Atwood with the clamp, pulls it out. Can't come up with the ball, though. Goes after again. McCrory gets it. It pops away from him. Going to be snagged in a quick shot and a goal. Barely getting the ball in his stick before he lets it go. I believe that's Kyle Isaacs. Mike Atwood's going to get tired just from going back and forth to switch his stick out. He's got the face-off twig now. 62 seconds in, it's 1-1. And Atwood's got the ball into the right side of the stick, protecting it. Gage Board and Zach Tompkinson all over him, and he gets it out. Nice job to get it to Alec Tamas. Here's a chance going the other way. Gage Board to Ryan McCrory, and he looks to see who's with him. Sees his brother, doesn't think he's in a good position, so just lets it rip. And then Oshawa gets the ball back off the boards. Gage Board came away with it. That's Josh Gilray up to St. John at the top. Hits Gilray, he tries to cut underneath, gets there, shoots, stopped. Nice save by Lazor after the duck underneath Duncan Cart. Here's a chance for Vern Hill, that was Vern Hill. Hill, without his stick, was still tracking down McCrory. Now Gage Board with a hard shot. Comes out off of Lazor and gets up into the rafters. Duncan Cart looking a little shaken up as he heads to the bench. Yeah, he's going to drop his stick and gloves and take a right turn off the end of the bench. Six Nations, ill afford that. They've got, so they might have 18 guys. There's actually another player, Ty Argent, is heading down the hallway as well. 2 players breaking out. Off the post from the stick of Justin Martin. Great wheels, but couldn't quite find his spot. Vern Hill's stick is still out there. I don't know if he's grabbed another one. He's just going to leave that one out until play stops. Here's Wes Whitlow. Tries to get a shot off. It's a possession over to Oshawa. Gage Board. Pass ahead to St. John. Gets to McNulty. Backdoor. Actually became a pass from the stick of Luke Laskowitz. Here Vern Hill buries it 5-hole. Beauty shot. Two to 1 the score. 3 minutes and a couple of seconds in. Oshawa with the ball back. They trail 2-1. The pass to Tompkinson picked off by Vern Hill. as he is wont to do. Gets it ahead to Alec Tamas, and I don't know if that was a shot. No, it's pretty wide. Picked up by Hill. He'll hand it to Brent Longboat. Six Nations coached by head coach Darcy Powlis. Vince Longboat here helping him out. That shot from Danton Miller gets wide, and Ryan Schutzkowski, the starting goaltender for Oshawa, will pass it out to Henry Archie. He'll leave it for St. John. St. John gets the double team slide to him. Gilray gets to Gilray. McNulty. Jake McNabb, who's been ripping it up. There's St. John. Pretty good ball movement by Oshawa, but nothing really opening up. Now they go behind the net. Gilray, reverse whip. Thought about going for the jump dunk, but it just wasn't there. Here's a 2-on-1 for Six Nations. They're both on their offsides, so the shot taken by Pierce Abrams. Schutzkowski stops it, but it goes straight back to Abrams. He tries a shot from behind the goal line. You can't actually do that. And Oshawa's going to come up with it. Niall Sear. Jake McNabb with 8 goals, 10 assists for 18 points. Second on the team in scoring. Laskowitz with 10 goals and 4 assists for 14 points. There's a hard shot by Laskowitz, but it misses. And it's scooped up there by Justin Martin. Hands off to Hill. Whitlow behind the back. Can't quite connect with Andy Jamieson. Well, that pass is knocked down. Jamieson on the forecheck. It's going to be a race to the ball, and it's won by McCrory. Ryan McCrory throws it to McNulty. It's too high, though. It's going to go over and back. McNulty will run to get in defensive position so Vern Hill doesn't have an open lane to the net. There's Danton Miller's hard shot stopped by Schutzkowski. Patrick McCrory comes up with it. He's pushed into the crease. Great forecheck pressure by Miller. McCrory's just a little slow to get the ball out of his stick over to Connor Laird. Laird will watch Hill as they set up on offense. Big pick. Trying to spring Justin Martin. He's still carrying the ball. And he will eventually get a shot off. Schutzkowski has no trouble with it, but Martin gets in and gets the rebound. And he makes a pass. That's going to be a moving pick on Danton Miller. And Oshawa's going to go the other way. And racing to pick it up is Jake Strocher to create a chance in transition off to Laird, who fires one just a little bit wide up into the rafters. Ooh, very close to an over and back for Brent Longboat. And then it will be a turnover. So that ball is picked up by Carson Stevenson. Sorry, that's Mark DeBrone making that play, leaving it for St. John. Oh, that one got through from Gilray off the stick of Lazor, who's tracking down Laskowitz to throw a bit of a check at him. Laskowitz runs off the pick by Tompkinson and rips a hard sidearm. That's going to get up out into the mesh, where it's dangling on the outside of the glass, and we're at our first break. It's 2-1 Six Nations. We'll be back with Arena Lacrosse League action from Children's Arena in Oshawa. Good. The Arena Lacrosse League is a proud partner of the National Lacrosse League. The All provides a high-level development league for players with professional ambitions. Our goal is to keep lacrosse players in game shape and game ready while sharpening their skills for the jump to the next level. We believe every player that works hard deserves a chance. For more information, visit the website, arenalacrosseleague.ca. That's arenalacrosseleague.ca. Here comes Oshawa. Tompkinson all alone. Oh, the save by Jake Lazor, who is under some pressure. Long outlet pass doesn't connect, and Oshawa will get it back. DeBrone moves it across center to St. John. Laskowitz to McNabb. That's Gilray with the head fake. Gage Board will get it to St. John. Pass is knocked down by Duncan Cart. Penalty coming to Six Nations as the ball is flung over to the far side. Saw Schutzkowski heading to the bench. I'm not sure Six Nations realized the penalty was coming because they were down to McNabb. Gilray's in the corner. So 2 or less to Imus as we've passed the midway point of the first quarter. Hard rip for McNabb, but it's wide. Laskowitz is going to go and try and just keep Hill from heading for the net. Hill circles around behind. Play hasn't been blown in. There it is. So Six Nations shorthanded for another minute and a half. He'll get us up to Ty Argent. So he's back. Cart is back as well over on the bench. So both the injured snipers have returned. Hill drifts it down into the corner. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Illegal pick. As Strocher was flattened with a pick from in the back. Laskowitz has it. Still a minute 10 on the power play. St. John bounces it to Laskowitz. I think he was aware that Vern Hill was there, and Vern Hill picks off passes. Here's Laskowitz. Rips it through traffic. Lazor stops it. Laskowitz tries again. Lazor stops it again. I'm going to say crease violation. Oshawa player reached it in to go after, which you can do, but you can't take it out of the goalie's stick. It's actually a penalty, I believe, if you do that. Vern Hill back up top to Whitlow. Whitlow, shovel pass across, doesn't quite connect with Kyle Isaacs. Isaacs with a long outside shot to try and beat the 30. Gets it on net, but Shuskowski stops it, but the snipers get it back. Whitlow whips it across. And we're going to have a too many men or an illegal substitution. So 5-on-3 for 12 seconds. Laskowitz down to Gilray. Behind the back pass to McNulty. St. John shoots. That one's stopped by Lazor, and that'll kill the first penalty. Nice bounce pass up to Danton Miller. Laskowitz back on D. Hill with the shot. I realize I can just call him Hill because Kyle Hill's not playing tonight, or Lyle Hill, sorry. So I think Vern's the only Hill in the game. St. John on the near side will get the pass from Gilray. McNulty up to St. John. Laskowitz gets it back from St. John in the middle. Gilray spins behind the back pass. McNulty stopped. Jake Lazor's been sharp as Oshawa's had some chances. Alec Tamas repeatedly changing directions. Laskowitz trying to check him. Tamas shoots it wide. It's on the backside of the net. Comes out. Picked up by McNabb. Wes Whitlow. Pass doesn't connect. Penalty coming to Oshawa. So Six Nations wants to kill all the time they can to maximize their power play time. Here's Argent. 2 seconds to get a shot off. Time runs out before Whitlow can let it rip. So there's 45 seconds of 4-on-4 lacrosse as Whitlow starts with possession over to Miller. Tries to come near side, but can't quite connect on the pass. Miller being checked by Thompson. Fights through it. Oh, gets to the net, shoots, scores. What a play. Danton Miller goes around a couple of Oshawa players. It's getting feisty out front. A couple players grabbing face masks. It's Andy Jamieson for Six Nations getting into it with, I believe it's Josh Thompson from Oshawa. And then Danton Miller's going to run out and get a celebration in because he was denied that. So 4:12 to play. 4-on-4 lacrosse. We've had 4 goals in total. It's 3-1. Thought that might be a penalty as an Oshawa player got a stick up into the side of the head of Mike McLaughlin, but it was just a reset as he took possession. 10 seconds left on the Six Nations penalty. Then they'll go to the power play. There's only a 6-second difference. So they won't have a lot of time to work with once he comes out. And they're going to take a shot just before it expires. And Riberich will actually just step out of the penalty box into the bench and get a defender out. McNabb saw the check coming. He's kind of ducked under and around it. He's being harassed by Jamie Downey. Oh, McNabb gets it back. Now Hill is on him, spinning shot. It'll be a reset, and it's going to be a fresh 30 as Gage Board gets there to get the ball. Now Oshawa can kill another 30 seconds. That'll leave 20 on the penalty. Gilray flips it back to McNabb. He'll rip one from downtown with like 16 left on the shot clock. I don't know if he thought there was less time to get a shot off. Hill leaves it there for Brent Longboat. That pass goes off the boards, gets away. Hill will throw it up top. Longboat rips it, scores! What a laser! Top corner, it's 4-1. Power play marker with 11 seconds remaining on that penalty. Atwood pulls that draw back, all the way back to Jake Lazor. He hands it off, and they quickly move it up the floor. Justin Martin tried the toe drag, lost the ball, got it back, then kind of threw a bit of a wild behind the back pass. Nice little shovel pass by Justin Martin. I'm digging this kid. Bouncer from the outside by Danton Miller, stopped by Schutzkowski. He's going to step out of his crease because he was getting close on the 4-second count. It's dropped by Laird, but it bounces over to Board, and wide open is Gilray. That one's in. Lazor got some of it. He kind of took himself out of position a bit, it looked like. Extended battle for this face-off. Grabbed by McCrory. Oshawa driving to the net. Laird shoots, saved by Lazor. It gets away from him, but he pulls it back in. McCrory taking a pounding. Four to 2, Six Nations leads, but Oshawa is on the power play for 2 minutes or less with just under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Another penalty coming to Oshawa. St. John was flattened in the slot. Extra attacker out. St. John pops up, ball gets loose, comes out to Laskowitz, who kind of hesitated, but does come up with it eventually. And Alec Tamas just keeps checking him. Now he's going to have to run back into the play. Oshawa didn't take advantage of that opening. Laskowitz. Step back pass, gets through the rafters. It's still bouncing loose. McNabb tries to get it. Oshawa will get the ball. They've got 8 to shoot. Gilray, skip pass. McNulty, backdoor goal. Laskowitz parked on the back of the crease, and the Snipers just ran out of energy on defense. .111 to play. Oshawa within a goal with that extra attacker power play goal. And because that was a power play goal with the extra attacker out, there's another goal by McCrory, and that will wipe out the next one. The last goal wiped out the penalty that was being served, and the player with the delayed penalty had to go in. .61 seconds left. We're all tied up at 4-4. Ball pops out. Almost grabbed by Laird, but Atwood, nice little job to tap it away, but now Laird does get it. It's a 3-on-2. He shovels it over. Niall Sear underhand. What a shot. I didn't even think it looked like a great scoring opportunity, but he saw something he liked and ripped. Still 51 seconds to play as we're getting a flurry of goals here. Argent comes away with it. Could we have another? Oh, it goes wide. It may have been there. It looked like he had Schutzkowski beaten. Schutzkowski's going to throw the long pass, and Laird's going to step over him back. He looked up, like wondering what the call was, and then realized and just put the ball down. Here comes Six Nations. 35 seconds to go, so they can't quite wait till the end of the quarter. What a quarter it's been. 9 goals after got a little slow getting started. Reach around shot around the defender by Whitlow, couldn't find a spot. So now Oshawa, Steve Toll's looking at Steve McCarthy saying, do we want a timeout? And they're going to take one. With 10 seconds, they started calling for it about 13 seconds. It took a little while to get it, but they will get the timeout. So we've got 10.2 seconds left. Oshawa with the ball. And Darcy Pallas, the coach for Six Nations, was a little upset because he was saying last week they were getting called for too many men when they had a player in the change box. And he felt that was Oshawa's situation. They had the goalie out, but 7 runners on the floor. Here we go. 6 seconds left. Laskowitz through the middle. Moving pick on McNabb, and you can hear them yelling, take a shot. Play is blown in. That'll count if it goes in, but it's a little bit high, and that's going to end the first quarter. There's 0.8 of a second left. That'll be it. The score will be Oshawa 5, Six Nations 4 through 15 minutes of play in Arena Lacrosse League action here at Children's Arena. McCrory and Atwood lining up for the faceoff. It's 5-4 Oshawa. Mike Sullivan, the ref, he's in his crew chief for the second game today. I had a chat with him between games. He lives about 10 minutes away. He popped home. Had a little break at the house and had to come back. McCrory with a shot right off the faceoff, saved by Lazor. Matt Chamois also doing his second game of the day. They're joined by Brad Giroux. Behind the back pass, right in front, round the world shot. Nice attempt there by Mike McLaughlin. Here comes Oshawa the other way. Tompkinson on the run. Shot stopped by Lazor. Tompkinson fighting for it. McNabb gets it. And Tompkinson is deposited on his backside. Laskowitz gets a shot off. Lazor stopped it and was scraping behind him looking for it. Here comes Richard Imus. He's going to pull up, pushes a pass behind Miller. And that's going to be delay of game. Luke Laskowitz will start with possession. These teams actually played last week, and it was close for the most part. 2-2 after the first quarter, 6-5 for Oshawa after the second. The fourth quarter was a 4-3 Oshawa quarter. It was the third that killed Six Nations. Six Nations won the second and fourth 4-3. So in the other 3 quarters, they led. That shot from St. John is blocked. It was the third where Oshawa outscored them 7-2. That made the difference in the 15-12 Oshawa win. Darcy Palos is saying we've got to have a more consistent game, play full 60. Oh, and they're not going to like that one as McNulty finds an open spot and taps home the quick stick on the crease for a power play goal to make it 6-4. Atwood this time up against Carson Stevenson. Big lad. But Six Nations gets the ball. Here's a chance. Oh, nice shot. That was Kyle Isaacs who scored that early goal off the faceoff. He gets Shutzkowski convinced he's going to the right, leans, pulls it back near side on the post. 91 seconds into the second quarter, Six Nations gets that goal, and Danton Miller really enjoyed celebrating it. Darcy Powell was not happy with that call. The possession fell, but Danton Miller hopping all over Kyle Isaacs. And I'll tell you, one of the Snipers players was saying on the bus up that Danton Miller's the guy who kept them loose and made it fun. There's a nice foot save by Lazor. He said Miller has a little speaker that he took into the dressing room with a little disco strobe light on top of it. They had a pretty fun bus trip up. Hopefully it'll be all right for them heading home. There's supposed to be some freezing rain. A little jousting between Mike Vertoli. Oh, it's in! What a strange goal. The shot bounces around, ricochets, and somehow winds up in the back of the net. The score 6-6, 2:05 into the second quarter. The goals are coming fast and furious now for sure. Laird flips it ahead to St. John. Here's another chance. That one's wide, but it's going to come right out. Oh, it's going to get away, actually, from McCrory. That'll be an over and back. The refs confer, make it clear. Hill starts with a pass across. Oh, nice bounce shot attempt by Wes Whitlow, but it's got a little bit high. And then Whitlow got tripped up by the turf monster. Paris gets the ball. The officials saying it went out off of Oshawa. I did not think there was contact on an Oshawa player or the net there, but Just putting his shoulder down as Pierce Abrams creates a shooting lane, gets a shot off, but it's stopped by Schutzkowski. Abrams will get it back from Hill. Goes over to Whitlow. Comes to Hill near side. Oh, tries far top corner, just missed that one. Now Sierra on Whitlow. Whitlow's shot is partially blocked by Jake Stroesher, that was. Ball gets away from Oshawa, and here come the snipers. Ty Argent fakes the pass, throws the low pass across now to Thomas Roberich. And Argent's checking his stick. I don't think that's how he meant to throw that pass. 6-6. 3:15 into the second quarter. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League action from Children's Arena in Oshawa. Laskowitz just wait until everybody's set up. Now they go. Big collision in front. Josh Gilray going in to set a pick and was met hard by Jamie Downey. Oshawa's going to get that ball as Justin Martin lost his stick. Laskowitz fighting for the ball with Richard Imus. Imus going to try and wrap around. Six Nations player had lost his stick, I think, for a moment. Gets it back, and Jamie Downey comes away with it and then passes it off. Big collision between Downey and St. John. Here's Hill. 1-on-2. Bounce pass. Nice pass. Gets it. Oh, it gets away from Hill. I'm not sure he was ready for the pass back. Schutzkowski. Outlet. He hits Vertoli. Passes. Almost got it back, but just wasn't quite ready for that one. St. John goes up high to get it. He's checked there by Pierce Abrams. St. John spins away from the check. Oshawa gets the full offense out. They got 10 left to work with. Laskowitz, hard shot, stopped by Lazor. Abrams takes that pass off the bench. Sorry, Brent Longboat. Gives it to McLaughlin. You hear the Oshawa bench yelling for pressure. They want somebody to get out on the Six Nations players, not give them time to set things up. Danton Miller's shot well wide. Taylor Murrah with a hard check up on Brent Longboat. Kills the final few seconds of the 30 for Six Nations, and here come the Outlaws. We're past the 5-minute mark of the second quarter. Ready for the media timeout in the next stoppage. We've got a man up ahead in Mike McLaughlin, but they can't quite connect. Vern Hill tried to make the pass. Didn't quite get it to him. Oshawa gets in. They're going to push the pace now. Gage Board threw 3 defenders to St. John. St. John can't pick that one up. He went through the crease. He's going to check the player who was on it. Six Nations has it. Here's Justin Martin. Abrams to Martin. Oh, it doesn't quite connect. Argent tries to get position. Niall Sear will come away with the ball. Runs into a check, but gets the pass ahead. Here's Henry Archie. Spins off a check. Yelling for somebody to go and help him. He's just going to leave it to the near man Laskowitz, who will bounce one hop it to St. John. McNabb spins and shoots. That's going to be an over and back, but Six Nations is wondering why play was blown down, because Vern Hill was tracking down that over and back, but the goaltender Shuskowski got there anyway. So we are going to the media timeout. We'll be back with more Arena Lacrosse League action here at Children's Arena in Oshawa. The Arena Lacrosse League is a proud partner of the National Lacrosse League. The ALL provides a high-level development league for players with professional ambitions. Our goal is to keep lacrosse players in game shape and game ready while sharpening their skills for the jump to the next level. We believe every player that works hard deserves a chance. For more information, visit us at arenalacrosseleague.ca. I want to tell you, one of those players who's working hard, certainly working very effectively, is Wes Whitlow. You know, he'd like to get a shot up there. Whitlow passes it off. Stop is made. Oh, but the rebound is bounced home by Brent Longboat. Just all alone in front, scoops it up and finds 5-hole. Atwood and Patrick McCrory back to the dot. 7-6. Snipers have pulled ahead with 8:22 to go, and they've got another chance. That one's wide, and it's going to go not quite over and back. Nice job by Hill to keep that ball from going over center. Six Nations on the attack. Shot from the outside by McLaughlin. Darcy Palo is saying McLaughlin had a pretty good run with Halifax in training camp. Got to play in their purple and orange intra-squad game. That shot's wide. The pass was picked up, the ball was picked up and thrown back in, but then thrown away. And that's going to lead to a chance for Oshawa. Backdoor attempt by St. John, couldn't quite catch it. Tompkinson working to go and try and get the loose ball in the forecheck, but it's scooped up by Kyle Isaacs. Isaacs ahead to Argent. Oh, Argent tried to get it through, but couldn't quite connect with Andy Jamieson. Here's a chance for McCrory. It's a little bit far for him. Nice hustle by Imus getting in the way on that play. Here comes Danton Miller. Miller's shot, little sidearm bouncer, was a bit wide. Oh, nice job keeping that onside, Wes Whitlow. Longboat. Riborowski bounces it. Nice save by Szuczkowski's foot. Strocher heads up play to see that the ball was going straight to Vertoli and just sprint to the bench. And it's a 4-on-2 and a goal. Oshawa's had some transition chances. They finally capitalized on one to tie it up 7-7. Carson Stevenson is out to face Mike Atwood. And Atwood pulled it out clean and ripped it back, but it drifted all the way up, floated into the Oshawa bench. And it'll be Outlaws possession. 6.5 to go here in the second quarter. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League action from Children's Arena. St. John gets it back for McNulty. Laskowitz connects with board. He's going to try a sharp angle shot. Didn't have a lot of chance, I don't think, but he also only had 7 seconds on the shot clock, which is going to now expire, and the Snipers will get the ball. Mike Atwood. Pass it ahead to Martin. Gets it to Hill. Martin's going to settle a pick, but Hill fires one, a pass to the far side. Szuczkowski turns aside Andy Jamieson. There's a chance for Miller. He's flattened on the slide. I'm going to say loose ball foul. And Zach Tompkinson will help Miller up after the big hit. Big pick and a goal. And Oshawa doesn't like that. You can hear from their bench they're yelling, moving. That was a very aggressive pick by Danton Miller that opens up the shooting lane. .5:39 to go in the half, and the Snipers are back on top. They're up 8-7. Just to correct myself from earlier, because I did kind of mess up the scores from last week. It was 2-2 after the first quarter. It was 6-5 for Six Nations after the second. And then it was the 7-2 third quarter for Oshawa. There's a shot and a goal by Jake McNabb, drifting to his left, pulls it that way and gets it just inside the post on Jake Lazor. So it's 8-8 with 5:19 to go. And again, so it was 6-5, Six Nations at the half. And then it was 12-8 through 3 quarters last week. Then even though Six Nations won the last quarter 4-3, it obviously wasn't enough. The final score 15-12 Oshawa. So see what happens in the final 5 minutes here of the second quarter. And then the third, if the Snipers can come out and be sharper than they were last week. So that'll be critical. Ball's checked loose, picked up by Szuczkowski, who lobs it ahead for Gage Board. 3-on-2 with the man off the bench. He's going to shoot it. It's blocked by Kyle Isaacs. Big battle for that loose ball. And eventually, it's Justin Martin coming up with it. 8-second count, though, on the Snipers. They got the ball, but didn't beat the count across center. Oshawa gets it back. Connor Laird puts his shoulder down. He knows he's got lots of time, so he's going to take it time, protect the ball from Martin, and hand it off. Bounce pass to St. John. McNulty tries to feed on the give and go, but St. John couldn't make the catch. Lazar to Hill. He'll go behind the back to Martin. Hill saying go, 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 and now he gets the ball back. Shoots just a little bit wide. That's going to be an over and back. Now, Oshawa, if they go after it, they could get a over and back call. They will not. And we're going to be in media timeout with 3:55 to go. It is 8-8. That was way early for Carson Stevenson, which may be the only way to beat Mike Atwood on a draw, but it will give the ball over to Six Nations. 2 minutes to go as we get back underway, and Oshawa's pulled ahead 9-8. Szuczkowski has to make the stop after Andy Jameson was left wide open to get a rip-off. Here's Tompkinson, the captain on the run, passes it through. It's picked off en route to McNulty, and here goes Hill. He's directing traffic. Gets it back, shoots, saved by Szuczkowski. Just got the shoulder cap on it. Riberich moving pick. And Tamas thought he was being held as that pick was applied, but Niall Sear, watched by Duncan Cart. Thought that might have been picked off, but it was not. And Gilray caught it and gets the shot off, but it misses, gets up into the rafters. 120 in the half. Here's Mike McLaughlin. Isaacs on the near side to Argent. That one gets away from Whitlow. McLaughlin pulls it down, throws it back up top, and then nice trail check there. Sear had Ribka ahead of him, but opted to run up and take a shot himself. Misses and gets up into the rafters. Hill thought about the outlet pass, opted against it. 42 seconds, it's 9-8 Oshawa. Rivera's just separated from his stick as he tries to get a shot off. It went flying almost as far as the ball did. 4-on-2 for Oshawa. St. John, hard sidearm shot, but Lazor with no trouble with that. And that, of course, leads to a 2-on-1 the other way. Timeout, Six Nations. 24.7 seconds. Six Nations with the extra attack, and Oshawa trying to be aggressive on D, and they may just make it work. Ball is loose, but it's picked up. It was Brent Longboat got it, but then the shot, Shuskowski with the save. Fresh 30, 9 on the shot clock, and they're going to shoot again, and they score. Boy, Six Nations also, I mean, Oshawa aggressive on D, and Six Nations aggressive on O with the extra attacker, and it's buried by Brent Longboat. 9-9 after the Longboat goal. He came in leading the team with 5 goals. Nobody else had more than 2. He continues. A chance now for Six Nations at the buzzer. I didn't think there was going to be time in 6.4 seconds, but they did. And Alec Tamas got the shot off. It's turned aside by Shuskowski. It's 9-9 through 30 minutes. We'll be back with the second half. I'm Steven Stamp. This is Arena Lacrosse League at Children's Arena. The second half is underway. It's 9-9 through 30 minutes. We are in for a doozy of a second half here, and Six Nations will take first possession. The ball in the stick of Alec Tamas. He's going to circle around and get the offense set up. Danton Miller with a little pick for him. Go to the trailer Hill. He looked at Miller. And that, I don't know where that ball went, but it wound up in the stick of Patrick McCrory. Everyone just kind of stopped and tried to figure out what was going on. And then the pass through to Laskowitz, who's turned aside by the foot of Lazor. Again, everyone just kind of stopped for a moment. Now Danton Miller all alone on the crease, but can't catch the pass. And Henry Archie races in. He'll come away with the ball and run the other way. What a frantic first 45 seconds here in the third quarter. Another shot by Archie, and the save by Lazor. It goes all the way down to Shuskowski. And Oshawa is going to take the first settled possession of the second half. John St. John with the ball. St. John wearing his Colorado Mammoth helmet where he was with the club last year. Passes to Board. Great job to slide in and stop that chance by Richard Imus. Ball was picked up by Gage Board, but he was converged upon by a bunch of snipers. Here comes Imus racing the length of the floor, but he's stopped by Shuskowski, who squeezes it between his arm and body. Shuskowski directing traffic, will rip an outlet pass. Down low, Laskowitz couldn't catch it, and Lazor just reaches out and snags that one, steps out of his crease. Will bounce it calmly ahead. Andy Jamieson gives it up. That was Argent getting over to Hill. Riberic rolls the pass across. Doesn't connect. Kyle Isaacs has it. Josh Gilray, one hand through the legs. Took a few bounces, but he did get it. And then it pops out of his stick over to Niall Sear, who at some point he probably should have thrown it to anyway. Sear comes away with it. Sear, who scored a gorgeous goal in the first half when I really didn't see a lane. He just ripped one from the high slot. And then Vern Hill with the check is going to force an over and back call. Hill runs the floor. It's a 3-on-2. He takes the pass, throws it back, but the ball gets away from Henry Chapman. Oh, Henry Chapman made it. I heard his flight was delayed. He was coming up from Connecticut. Now we're going to have a penalty. Oh, no, sorry. It's not a penalty. It's an injured player down on the floor right along the boards. So Patrick McCrory goes to the box for 2 for slashing. It was Vern Hill down on the floor. He is back up over to the bench. Six Nations on the power play, trying to pull ahead. Bounces away from Whitlow, bounces away again, but it's tracked down. The hard rip from the outside from Longboat is tipped en route with 5 seconds left in the shot clock. Josh Thompson's just trying to muck the ball, and he will effectively do so. Miller got a shot off just as the buzzer was sounding, but it was wide and would have been late anyway. Laird to St. John. A little bit wide, but he did wind up connecting. Laird's going to the bench. St. John's shot off at Six Nations player. It'll be a fresh 30. Mike Ripka will start with possession. He's watched there by Alec Tamas. Vern Hill's back out on the floor, number 66, going over there right now to pick up Laskowitz. So good news that he's all right. Sorry, that's actually Jake McNabb over there, 17, not 27. What a lot of spin on that ball. It hit a Six Nations player in front and started spinning. St. John coming back in D. Mike McLaughlin scores. McLaughlin power play transition goal and a beauty. Snipers lead 10-9, 3:36 into the third quarter. Shovel pass back up to Hill, over to Isaacs. McCrory tangled up along the boards with Tamas. Now Tamas will take the pass. Tries to feed it through to Danton Miller, but there's a lot of traffic. Miller will get the ball. 8 seconds left to shoot as Oshawa hadn't possessed it. That's off an Oshawa player. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I thought it went off an Oshawa player. But it did not. So McCrory on the run. Ryan McCrory's pass is picked off by Isaacs. He'll reach around pass. He has sprung Justin Martin for a 3-on-2. A nice pick on the run by Henry Chapman to open up the lane for Ty Argent. Shot goes off of Shuskowski and up out of play. And there's a shattered stick. It just snapped in half on that shot. Matt Chamois will pick up the ball, pick up the sticks, blow play in. So stick in one hand, whistle in the other. Longboat with the hard shot, stopped by Shuskowski. Tapped ahead, and Oshawa will get it. Taylor Marat has a man with him. Henry Archie. Oh, nice give and go. Lazor likes to reach out and try and grab the ball after it's bounced off him. Marat corrals that loose ball, eventually gives it to Laskowitz. Fakes to St. John. Now he'll throw it to St. John. He's watched by Martin. Nice D by Martin. McNulty, though, gets a shot wide open. Stopped by Lazor. Outlet pass. Here's McLaughlin, the last goal scorer. He's going to hand it off this time. Ty Argent will peel out and pass it to Miller off the bench. He might just have a go. Oh, yeah, he will. He got way in on top of the crease. That ball bounces way out high. And a jumping attempt. Niles here working hard after the ball. A touch out of control. Ball's out of play. Immediate timeout. 9:34 to go. 10-9. Six Nations. The Arena Lacrosse League is a proud partner of the National Lacrosse League. The ALL provides a high-level development league for players with professional ambitions. Our goal is to keep lacrosse players in game shape and game ready while sharpening their skills for the jump to the next level. We believe every player that works hard deserves a chance. For more information, visit the website arenalacrosseleague.ca. St. John with the pass down behind the net to McNulty. Back to Laskowitz on his offside, gets the shot off, 5-hole, but it's stopped. Now Lazor looking up the floor, throws it into the double team, and McNulty, like a safety, swoops in to intercept that pass. Appropriate analogy, given it's the division championship or division playoff weekend in the NFL. Penalty coming to Six Nations. Oshawa is going to get a shot off. Duncan Cart will go for 2 minutes or less. It's going to be a tripping call to Cart. So Oshawa to the power play with just under 9 minutes to go here. Laskowitz takes it at the top, so they're strong right. Josh Gilray runs to set a pick. and helped open up some space. St. John taking a bit of a chop there from Tamas. Tamas didn't appreciate St. John reaching in on his goalie. And then the pickoff by Laskowitz of the pass intended for the breaking Mike McLaughlin. Now McLaughlin does track down the rebound. That's a safe pass ahead to Hill. Hill, little swim move to get past Gilray and hands it off to Martin. Minute 20 on the penalty for Six Nations. They're just getting their fourth runner out. It's Ty Argent. Shot from the outside. I was laughing because Argent is tangled up in front with Gage Board. Board got his stick up kind of along the side of the neck of Argent. So Argent just grabbed it with his hand, pulled it down onto his arm, and continued to play. Like, no problem. Just put that where it should be, and we'll keep going. St. John to Laskowitz. He gets it back for McNabb, who sets a pick for him. Gets the shot. Nice catch by McNabb. He is something. There's a goal. McNulty has the ball pop up to him, and he banks it home to tie things up 10-10 with the power play goal with 7:35 to go. Stevenson out against Atwood, who rips it free. Good work, though, by McCrory to knock the ball loose from Isaacs, and Carson Stevenson just barely gets the ball to Board, who's going to rip it and score. Gage Board runs into the offensive zone, pulls up in the slot. Nobody comes out to challenge, so he just fires it. Back-to-back Oshawa goals. Stevenson and Atwood again. Now, this is a good draw. It rolls out, and zipping in is Justin Martin to get it. Up to Henry Chapman. Chapman starting to find his legs a little. He's on the far side, setting a pick, cuts to the middle as this bouncer by Whitlow. Shuskowski pounces on his rebound. Boy, Shuskowski throws a nice ball. Little sidearm pass to Board, who bounces one just wide on the far side. He's going to get up out of play. Chapman will take possession for Six Nations. Over to Martin. 6:45 to go in the third, still 11-10 Oshawa. Miller. Argent was looking for the give and go. Miller didn't think it was there, so Argent's going to set a pick for him. Now he gets the ball. Hard shot from the outside, but it's wide. Comes straight back to him. 4 on the shot clock. So Argent will just drift one in from near center. We've got a bit of a tussle outside the crease. Wes Whitlow is fired up about the attention he was getting from Mark DeBrone. So Mike Sullivan goes to adjudicate. He'll chat with Matt Chamois. Must have done something right because both teams are upset with him on that one. Oshawa didn't like that it was 2 minutes apiece for DeBrone and Whitlow. And then Six Nations didn't think that Oshawa should be getting possession. But I think Six Nations did take the second penalty. I think DeBrone got the first one. Saved by Lazor on the outside shot from St. John. It's a stick on the floor. Oh. And Vern Hill is looking pretty shaken up as he reached out and swiped that ball while he was laying on the floor, swiped the ball one-handed towards a teammate and then kind of doubled over in pain a bit, clutching his side. Did get up ready to play defense, but now he's not looking very comfortable on the bench. Tough second half here for Hill. Tamas gets it back from Abrams. Abrams is in the middle, but Tamas is busy just trying to hang on to the ball with Carson Stevenson all over him. And now Stevenson's going to get a holding penalty. Ball is tapped away by the Oshawa defender, but I guess not possessed. The 30 will expire, though. It's going to be the tripping call to Carter Stevenson. Brent Longboat with the ball to start the power play for Six Nations, who trail 11-10. 5:24 to go as the play gets underway. Back and forth passing, and eventually the shot is taken by McLaughlin. Hard shot bouncer, but it went wide, and that's going to lead to a breakaway for Tompkinson. He wants the play blown in so he can go, but you can't start with possession heading straight to the net like that. That is directly from the rule book. In that situation, the play is started in the corner. Tompkinson didn't like it, but it was the right call. Gage Board's going to start with possession. Just hang on to possession and kill some time for Oshawa. 3 on the shot clock, so McNulty will fire one. That's going to go wide. Thought it might come out to us out here. Did not make it. Just over a minute left on the Oshawa penalty, to Carson Stevenson, the tripping call. So Denton Miller at the top now, still left strong for the Snipers. Miller watched by Board. Big pick by Ruberich. But the stop by Szuczkowski. And here's an outlet for Tompkinson. He's got Board with him, but they're 2-on-2. So they're just going to slow things down. 35 left in the penalty. 20 now on the shot clock. Board watched by Ruberich. Passes him off to Hill. Two very different players, Thomas Ruberich and Vern Hill. That shot by Ribka, that's going to get up into play, and that's a fresh 30 for Oshawa. It touched Jake Lazor, and it's knocked a puck out of the rafters. Ruberich tried to toss it over, didn't quite make it. You almost did it, man. He's going to give it to John St. John, who will get it over, and hits Gary Morrison of JVI Productions with the puck. That's quite a toss. You okay there? All right, Gary's okay. All is well. We're going to keep going. 5 seconds left on the penalty. There's a lot happening inside the restraining line, but Josh Gilray's just standing out high. And now Stevenson is released. He's going to let McNulty come out. They've still got 8 seconds to work with on the shot clock. McNulty gets it over to St. John. Ribka slips through the middle, but he's picked up. So St. John takes a shot. That one would be another fresh 30 if Oshawa can get it. Oh, they almost did, as it bounced away from Hill for a moment, but he tracks it down before Ribka can. Now Ribka's going to turn the ball over. A nice effort. Oh, and now he turns it over in the bad way. No, he doesn't. It bounces out. Ribka gets it back. Stopped by Lazor. That was a great play by Ribka to get the ball. Not a very good pass, but it did wind up with his teammate, and he wound up getting a pretty good scoring chance out of it. Here's Argent behind the back. Hill had a little trouble catching that pass. Got the shot off, stopped by Szuczkowski. There's the forecheck. It's going to get ahead. They make it over. Niles Sear makes it over the 10 to 8 second line. And then he whacks down on the back of Henry Chapman, but Chapman comes away with it. He can cover some floor. Chapman, a pretty good athlete, a little late to the box game in his career. He's in his mid-20s, I believe, and fairly new to it, but boy, he is passionate and has some skill. Longbow trying to feed it through. Not sure that pass was really there to Andy Jamieson, but they were late in the 30. There's the pass that is there. Gage Board takes the long outlet to St. John. Oh, nice pass, backdoor attempt. Board stopped by Lazor. They did everything right. That trio of Board, St. John, and Niles Sear, except for the finish. 1:42 to go in the third. 8-second count. Six Nations was just a little bit casual about getting across center. Media timeout. We'll be back. It's 11-10 Oshawa. It was 9-9 at the half, right? Again, a lot of goals in the first half. All right. Alterna Savings has been serving our members in Ontario for over a century, and today our goal is to put the good in banking. We believe everyone should have a fair shot at financial well-being, not just the privileged few. Competitive rates and friendly service are 2 reasons why we are proud sponsors of the National Lacrosse League and the Arena Lacrosse League. To find out more, visit the website alternasavings.ca. Here we go, Oshawa with a chance. Board loses the pass. Tam is right on top of him. Boy, I like Alec Tamas as a player. There's Board, though, gets through the check from Tamas. Another pretty good player in Gage Board. His shot is stopped by Lazor, who's having a solid second half, as is Schutzkowski. It was 9-9 at the half. Here we are coming to the final minute of the third. There's only been 3 goals in this quarter. St. John loading it up. A little fake behind the back. Goes to Board. So the 30 just starts counting. Now Matt Chamo's got the count. Not sure where we're at. It's going to be touched off Six Nations, so it won't matter as we got a fresh 30 for Oshawa with 55.6 to go in the third quarter. Laskowitz gets it across the Board. St. John cleared through the middle. Gilray from the outside, stopped by Lazor. 44 on the shot clock. Outlet pass to Hill, all alone, scores! Great pass from Jake Lazor. Some of the snipers will go and celebrate with Hill. Alec Tamas went straight to Jake Lazor and congratulated him. And then Vern Hill pointed to Jake Lazor. 11-11, 40 seconds to play. And McCrory comes up with the face-off. In alone, shoots. Did it go off Six Nations? No, he just missed. So 32 seconds as the snipers get it. Just a couple of seconds. Oh, but it's turned over. Now what? That's an over and back. Is it not? I thought that went. I thought that went to a player over center and went back over, but Oshawa has it, and they've got enough time that they can wait till the end of the quarter. Szuskowski now sprinting to the bench for an extra attacker. They've got 10 seconds left. There's time. They get it to Gilray coming off the bench. He steps it back over to Tompkinson, rips it, stopped by Lazor. They've got one last chance. Another save by Lazor on the buzzer beater attempt by Mike Ribka, and we will go. It was 9-9 at the half. It's 11-11 through 45 minutes. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter. $15 minutes to play, unless, of course, we have another tied quarter. It was 9-9 after the half. 11-11 through 3 quarters, and Mike Atwood has the ball with a wall of blue jerseys around him, and then he went to make the pass, gets taken away by Gage Board, but he gets it back, and then he throws it back to Patrick McCrory. Boy, nobody wanted to hang on to the ball on that one. And now, McNulty will slow things down for the Outlaws. Here's Gilray, watched by Argent. Senses the pick coming from McNabb. Now tries to pass it to McNabb. Pass is thrown away. Argent can't get it. It's going to be grabbed by Laskowitz. 5 to shoot. Pass doesn't get to McNulty. Here's Hill. Oh, he drops it. And that should be an over and back as well, I think. But it's off the crossbar. It's going to go out to DeBrone. Hill immediately checking on him, but DeBrone does a great job protecting the ball. Shoots, misses. And that's going to be an over and back. And it stays in play. It'll be a breakaway. Wide open chance. Oh, nice save. Szuskowski stopping Henry Chapman on the break. I think Chapman was a little surprised to find himself that wide open, but got himself in good position. Decent shot, but just a nice save by Szuskowski. Sear moves it ahead to Board, who hands it off to McNulty, his fellow alternate captain. Zach Tompkinson, the captain of this club. Seven to shoot, and Laskowitz is stripped. It's going to be Imus coming away with the ball. He's on his offside, so he'll get it to Martin on his correct side and head to the bench. Drops his stick. He's able to pick it up from within the change box. Miller runs off the pick, shoots, saved by Szuskowski. Boy, Ryan Szuskowski having a pretty good game here. Pass is tipped by Danton Miller, so it gets away from Gage Board, and it'll be picked up by Tamas. Tamas is kind of jogging to the bench on the far side, which kind of limited the options for Vern Hill. But it does come out to Longboat. Oh, that's off the post. Up out of play, fresh 30 for Six Nations. Ribka's heading to the bench to get another defender out. It'll be the captain, Tompkinson. Whitlow with the fresh 30, Six Nations setting up. Backdoor pass Oh, nice effort by Argent. He can't play the ball, but Roberich can. He does pick it up. Here's Hill. Longboat, that shot's well wide. And it's going to go back over. Carson Stevenson. Oh. There's a penalty called. It was a roughing call to West Whitlow, so Oshawa with a chance to break this 11-11 tie. Laskowitz to St. John. Skip pass. McNabb is going to feed it down to Gilray, who's drifting behind the net. Draws a player with him. Laskowitz has a lane, shoots and scores. That's a tough one for Lazor because Justin Martin was trying to help out, got a bit of stick on stick, and I think that changed the trajectory of that shot. Power play goal, Oshawa. Exactly 12 minutes to go. It's exactly 12-11 for Oshawa. Six Nations with the win. Tamas has the ball off the draw. Looking for some help. Checked into the boards from behind. Six Nations wants a call. Wasn't a vicious check. It definitely did drive him towards the boards. Barone was not sounding very comfortable as he wound up on the floor and was winding up, ready to chop, but thought better of it. McCrory will come and lay a big hit. That ball pops to the far side. Kyle Isaacs tried to grab the ball. Shutzkowski has it. That's a checking in the crease foul against Tomas. He's arguing, but there's no question. That's a clear foul. The goalie, Shutzkowski, was in his crease. You can't touch his stick. Even if it's outside the cylinder of the crease, it does not matter. That pass is picked off by Hill. He'll take a shot into the empty net. Roberich is in to serve the illegal substitution. Tamas goes in to serve his own interference call, and it's 5-on-3 for Oshawa, who have gone up 12-11. St. John starts with it. Board's going to be the safety valve. McNabb. Laskowitz, backdoor. McNulty, backdoor. Laskowitz misses. It's off the post, though, and up out of play. It'll be a fresh 30 for the Outlaws. McNulty and St. John playing catch behind the back. McNulty rips it. Nice shot, McNulty. Finds just a small hole past Jake Lazor. McCrory rips it out and gets possession for Oshawa Key as they've still got a minute 40 now on this power play. That goal coming 15 seconds into the 5-on-3 advantage. St. John at the top. Waits, now gives it over to Laskowitz and gets it back. Here comes some immediate pressure from Tamas, which opens up some space, but they can't connect on the pass. Now they do. Bounce shot by McNabb. Lazor makes the stop. Looking for an outlet pass. He's going to go to the man off the bench, but Whitlow does pick it up. He couldn't catch it at first. He's got it. Was going to the net, thinking about it. He's 2-on-4. As Oshawa has left a player down the floor, it's Jake McNabb. Sidearm shot by McNabb's opposite 17, West Whitlow. Ball's picked up there and run out of danger by Taylor Murrah. Laskowitz. McNulty at the shooter spot. So they go strong left with Board down on the crease. There's St. John behind the back to Board. Back up top. Hard rip is blocked by Six Nations. McNulty gets it back, gets a shot off, and McNabb will bang home the rebound. McNulty's shot came with about 2 seconds left on the shot clock. McNabb had plenty of time, but didn't need it. 9:24 to go. Oshawa connects on both halves of the double minor. So they go up 14-11. St. John takes it off the bench. Gilray takes it. He's going to get it. No, he's going to get it back from McNabb. Or sorry, from Laskowitz. It's McNulty behind the net, comes out this way. Another shot by McNulty, and Lazor just picked that up at the last second, makes the stop. Imus on the run. Leaves it for Isaacs. Isaacs fakes a little shovel pass. He's looking for a cutter, finds him, and Whitlow is drilled by DeBrone on the slide. 5 seconds to shoot. Whitlow dives in the attempt, and then he's buried into the turf. There's a shot from the outside. Danton Miller was calling for Kyle Isaacs to take his time. Not sure what the call was there. It looked like one ref was calling that it went off of an Oshawa player, but it isn't. They're going to get together. We're going to take the media timeout. We'll let you know when we come back. $8:11 to go. It is Oshawa balls. The refs got together and conferred and went and explained to Six Nations that Mike Sullivan was saying, I saw it here. The one ref was calling a tip, but Sullivan saw there was not one. A penalty behind the play would have been a breakaway for Six Nations. So another 5-on-3 for Oshawa. They lead 14-11 with exactly 8 minutes to go. Darcy Palace is gone from the bench. Vince Longboat's in charge of both ends of the bench now, both ends of the floor. Board again, the safety valve up top. Laskowitz has it, straight back down to McNabb. St. John to Laskowitz. Nice save, Lazor. It's scooped up and off to the races is Mike McLaughlin. Boy, he can move. He's a quick guy. I was watching him in warm-up, and I honestly, without the helmet, he looks a little bit older and didn't look super fast. He's just kind of walking around doing his thing, but he flies up that floor. Double team on Martin. The ball gets loose. He gets it back. 3 seconds left. He gets a shot off. Boy, he worked hard on that shift and killed the full 30. Here comes Laskowitz. 105 on the double minor. That's a moving pick. Laskowitz back to McNabb. Bounces far side. Beautiful placement by Jake McNabb on the bouncer just inside the post. 15-11. 6:58 to go. The 4-goal lead now for Oshawa. Tamas on the run with Hill. Nice finish. Vern Hill takes the pass from Tamas, and he is deadly when he's got a little bit of space. Finds that spot just inside the post. $6:48 to go. The shorthanded goal by Hill has pulled the Snipers back within 3, and Hill's got it again. He hits Whitlow off the bench. Chamois takes a bit of a bump from the collision of the two players. Whitlow hanging on. 15 left to shoot for the Snipers. Flip pass back up top. Kind of bobbled by Tamas, but he comes up with it. Argent with the low shot. Stopped by Szuczkowski, and Szuczkowski will come up with the loose ball. 4-on-2 for Six Nations, or for Oshawa. St. John's going to slow it down. The power play was about to end, so I don't think he wanted to take a shot and risk a breakaway the other direction. Roberts would have just stepped out of the box to the bench. It's one step from the visitors' penalty box to the Snipers' bench. And somebody would have been sprung. It would have Wes Whitlow's the first guy off the bench. The save by Lazor. Henry Chapman's got to come back and help. He does. There's nobody to go to. He's got to get over center, and he does that too. Here's Pierce Abrams being checked by Murrah. Oh! Wow. That's Brent Longboat. We know he can shoot, but that's his offside from a mile out, and he just basically just lasered that ball into the far top corner. Stevenson up against Atwood, 5:32 to play. It's a 2-goal game. It was looking like it was going to be another tough one quarter for the Snipers that cost them a win, but they are not giving up on this. Tamas goes to the crease, loses the ball, pass ahead, connects with Board. He's 1-on-3. He's just going to try and get out of trouble. Great job avoiding pressure in the pass over to St. John. St. John thought about the give and go, but there's no way it was there. Good call. 5:05 to play, 15 on the shot clock, 15-13 the score in the game. That's McNabb. This is Laskowitz. Maybe the best pure shooter in this league. That one's going to go off the foot of Lazor and up out of play. And we're into media timeout. 4:51 to play. It is 15-13 Oshawa. Play just about to be blown back in. Laskowitz kind of tangled up with Pierce Abrams. Abrams goes high to the back of the head, and he'll take a roughing call. Probably dead ball contact, because I don't think play had been blown back in. I'm going to say roughing. Either way, that'll be a power play for Oshawa, just as the Snipers were starting to get some momentum built up. But still lots of time, 4:49 to play, 2-minute minor, 15-13 the score for Oshawa. Hill and McLaughlin up top on the penalty kill. Tamas and Martin low behind the back, rip by Laskowitz is wide, but goes straight to St. John. Oh, sorry, that's Laskowitz. It was the McNabb shot. Is that ball in? No, it's kept out. What a job to keep it out. And then the catch by Hill. He somehow fed the ball through to McLaughlin. I'm not sure it really did them, got them in a much better situation, but it was a heck of a pass. McLaughlin fighting for the ball. It's touched, so it won't be an over and back. Knock ahead. Hill has it. It's a cheeky little pass around the body of Murrah. Gets it over to Justin Martin. Oshawa player stayed up front. It's Gilray this time, so it's a 3-on-4. And now there's a collision. That's going to be a loose ball violation on Ottawa, and it is a penalty. So one official was calling the loose ball violation, but then DeBrone is going to be called for roughing. Whitlow to Reberich. There's a shot by Danton Miller. It hits the post. Oh, McCrory had a breakaway but dropped his stick. It'll be Six Nations ball. And that's going to be an illegal substitution. A little delay to get rolling again as somehow a sniper stick wound up in the penalty box with Mark DeBrone. Don't know how that happened. Oshawa moving it. Shot by St. John. Scores on the 4-on-3. So with 3:16 to play, it's 16-13, and we've got a minute 25 of 4-on-4 lacrosse, and then the Oshawa penalty will expire, and they'll go to the power plays where Barrich will continue to serve the illegal substitution call. Isaacs didn't like anything on the far side, so going to come near side to Argent. Toe drag, pretty well defended by McCrory. There's some room for a shot, but Tamas missed. It's grabbed by Tompkinson, changes direction. It's a 2-on-1. He gives it to Board. Board's all alone. Nice save, Lazor. Grabbed by Argent. He'll whip it ahead immediately. Connects with Chapman. 4-on-4 still for another 42 seconds. Chapman, oh, nice move. Gets the shot off, but Shutkowski is right there. McCrory has to adjust his face mask. He got a bit of a tap to the chin. Here comes Oshawa, 2:20 to play. Gilray with the ball as they hold a 16-13 lead. Penalty coming. It's going to be Alec Tamas as he knocked Laskowitz down. Six Nations wanted a moving pick call. They're not going to get it. It's going the other way. McNabb to Gilray, gets a shot just as the buzzer goes for the 30. All right, we've got 1:57 to go. Penalty taken by Six Nations. So that made it 4-on-3. And then an unsportsmanlike penalty to Six Nations, which means that Roberich, who did leave the penalty box, he's now being sent back. He is released. We're going to have a penalty shot. So the penalty with 24 seconds left is wiped out, and we're going to have 2 penalties with 2 minutes each. St. John comes in all alone. Nice save by Lazor. St. John, a couple of fakes. Lazor just did not go for them. Oshawa will have possession, and in 7 seconds, they'll go to a 5-on-3. Now, Six Nations has sent a 4th. This is actually a very strange rule. I'm just remembering. Late in a game, I thought that was a summer rule, where if there's a player in the penalty box and there's a penalty shot called, both the penalty that existed and the penalty that was called are wiped out by the penalty shot. And I don't get it, but I'm pretty sure it's not in existence in this league. There should be a 5-on-3. So Roberich, who had been released, is going back in. And in 3 seconds, we'll go to 5-on-3. DeBrone steps out of the box. McCrory steps onto the floor, and we'll go to the safety valve. And St. John throws an underhand shovel pass to McNabb. He goes down to Laskowitz, gets it back. St. John behind the back, low to McNulty. Low on the floor, high in the air. And the shot by McNabb, almost exactly where he put his last goal, although from a different angle on the floor. .131 to go at 17-13 Oshawa. And Six Nations taking another penalty. It was Jamie Downey with the dead ball contact. Mike Atwood going to the net. Now he can't play the ball. He went through the crease. And Oshawa will get it. Gage Board has it. Heck of an effort by Mike Atwood. Now he's going to forecheck. And a little bump to Board, and then he heads to the bench. Oh, big check by Tamas on the hip of John St. John. May have actually been a bit of a break from not to get one there, although the penalties have been coming pretty quick. Gilray, sidearm pass. The shot by McNulty goes wide. It's tracked down. Fresh 30 for Oshawa. Henry Archie reaches out and tucks one home far side. Not a lot of power play time for Henry Archie, but he makes the most of it when he gets a chance, reaching around, and they're going to give him the ball. That may be his first goal. .40 seconds to play. It's 18-13. This was a close game until the last few minutes. Oshawa's going to get it. Vertoli under some pressure from Martin. Not letting up, even down 5 in the final half minute of play. There's a chance on the back door for Gilray. Oh, he's going to take a whack. Jake Lazor is going to get a penalty for this one, and that's a pretty obvious call because Lazor leaves his crease to go and slash Gilray. .7 seconds to go. Henry Archie has the ball. He's the hot hand, but he's not going to go shoot. Thought he might. He doesn't score much, but it's 18-13. That will be the final here at Children's Arena. I'm Steven Stamp. Thanks for being with us for Arena Lacrosse League action. Check the YouTube site. There's lots more where this came from. See you soon.